damn steelbooks. I'm a steelbook hoarder. I've got so many damn steelbooks. Every steelbook that's ever been made is in my collection, and we're going to look at more of them today. So let's get into it. I say that in jest. You know, I haven't got every single steelbook that's ever been made, but there we go. Hoarding or collecting, who gives a toss? It's collecting when it's done in a nice fashion, okay? And it doesn't interfere with the house, it doesn't interfere with life and all this sort of a thing. It's collecting, not hoarding. I hate this rhetoric that's being thrown around on other channels at the moment about, oh, hoarding, you're hoarding. Oh, hoarder, I'm a hoarder. Oh, I'm a hoarder. What am I? Oh, no, you're a hoarder. Give me a break, Jesus Christ. Let's take a look at some more steelbooks in my collection. Oh, the irony is rife with some of these, seriously speaking. Because there I am saying, oh, you're not a hoarder, you're not a hoarder. And the first lot I pull off the shelf are like, can I really justify these as purchases? Probably not. But there we go. We'll get to them in a minute. I'm not going to start the ball rolling with them ones. It would look pretty bad. But let's begin with... where is it? Here we go. So first up, we have the Terminator. The 4K version steelbook of the Terminator that came out not too long ago. Great film. My favourite film in the Terminator franchise. Yes, I put this one above the second Terminator film. But yeah, lovely steelbook. What can I say? Even the transfer wasn't too bad. Next up, we have a sealed copy. Sealed because I actually have this several times of Terminator 2. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Now, it's a great film. Don't get me wrong. However, in my mind, there's a better version of this film that exists. That's right. I'm not going to get into that now, or the whys, or the wheres, or hows I'd make this film better. But it's not a perfect film, no. Far from it. There's certain tonal inconsistencies that I don't particularly like. There's edits that I would have made differently. The marketing campaign ruined the movie, as did the 15 rating in my mind, narratively speaking. But there we go. But this here is still a sealed steelbook, right from the US, because I love the endoskeleton. The Terminator endoskeleton is a great design. It truly is. And covered in the flames. Fantastic. I have several copies of Terminator 2 steelbook. The next one up is the Lionsgate one, like so. I mean, come on, these are just... this is how you do a steelbook. You get a lot of lazy art on steelbooks today. You really do. But the Lionsgate ones, they're top notch. They really are. We need more of this kind of thing here in the UK rather than having to import. Others that I have like this that stand up to scrutiny, like these ones, are the two Punisher films, the latter two Punisher films, Universal Soldier, things like that. Dread, not Judge Dredd, Dread. Yeah, but you know, it's a great steelbook. It is. I like that clear bit there. Put that in, it gives you damaged skin and a bit of the endoskeleton behind. There we go. So another one for Terminator 2 is this beauty here. Again, this is, I was in CEX ages ago. They had this behind the glass in the counter. And I said, you know, I've got that film, but I want that steelbook. I need that steelbook because it's a beautiful steelbook. Now, a lot of the purchases of these are made based upon the art. I'm not buying it for the film, I'll be honest with you. I mean, obviously one copy, yes, bought for the film. Second, third, fourth, it's all to do with this packaging. The packaging sells these. And again, that beautiful design of the Terminator endoskeleton therein. Fantastic. And then next up for Terminator 2, we have this one here. Not as good a steelbook, but certainly the Skynet edition, which I'm not sure if they are on them ones or not, is probably the primary go-to version of this film for copy and that sort of thing, you know. But that's it for Terminator 2. Then we go to this steelbook here, Terminator 3, and I had to source this from CEX. I had to get it from CEX. It was kind of a holy grail steelbook for me, and I didn't have it. I wanted it. I actually really enjoy this film. I've got a nice inside a lenticular there, which I could magnetize and it could go on the front, but I have it inside nonetheless. And what else is in a postcard for Terminator 3 as well. I think this is a fun movie, a very fun movie. I think, you know, Jonathan Mostow directed. Yes, it's not as good as Terminator 1 or 2. I think it's more rewatchable than Terminator 2, not as good. I just think because it's so fast paced and the money's there all on the screen, it looks fabulous. And I still say that at the end, when he's missing skin on his arm, leg, half his face, it looks fantastic. Saw this at the cinema 2 or 3 times when it was released, and very happy to have that there steelbook. So moving on, the best way to do this, we then have Terminator Salvation, like so. I do have 2 steelbooks, Terminator Salvation. I have that one there, and I have the Project Pop Art one as well. Another stunning looking steelbook. I'm not a big fan of the Project Pop Art steelbooks, I will be honest, but this one here, again, it's that skull stroke endoskeleton I just like. This poster here, I'm not a big fan of, but there we go. Next up is actually, this is a Film Arena limited to 1,000 copies of Terminator Genisys, probably the weakest of the Terminator films, with a steelbook there with a lenticular on the front, and underneath you have that nice debossing there on the title. I like the way that red eye catches the light. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, as with the film before it, it was meant to start off a new trilogy of films. It never happened, so they course corrected with this film. Then this film flopped and it never happened, so they course corrected again, and then they gave us Terminator Dark Fate with a lovely steelbook again. Gabriel Luna as the Terminator, who I quite enjoyed in this film. You know, Arnie as the drape salesman Terminator. I think there was a better film in there than what there was in this film. What I mean by that is the idea of a Terminator having completed his mission, then being essentially defunct in this timeline, and what he gets up to, and how he then, you know, it's nothing. The comics, the very first Terminator comics weren't produced by Dark Horse Comics. They were produced by a company called Now Comics, before Dark Horse first got the rights to the Terminator franchise as comics, which it's gone through loads of different comic companies. But Now Comics, they've done a fantastic story called The Burning Earth with art by Alex Ross all the way through. It was a stunning graphic novel. Check that out. But the other Now Comics kind of stepped into the realm of Terminators having to do, they were living like people essentially, because they got no one else to kill. But yeah, stunning steelbook. And then we have this steelbook here for Terminator Resistance. Now this is actually the game steelbook, and I'm not beyond getting a hold of a game steelbook and utilizing it for something else. And within here is the bootleg disc for Terminator Zero, the Netflix animated series that I thought was fantastic. Yes, I got it bootlegged, I got a steelbook for it, and in here it is. Maybe that's one that I should actually make a steelbook for. Keep note of that. So next up, let's move on to these films that, I'll be honest with you, I cannot justify their existence in the collection any way, shape or form, other than the fact that these steelbooks were cheap. They're pretty damn nice when they're all together. They're limited edition, not that really means anything to me. I've kept them all sealed as well, for no other reason other than I probably won't ever watch the films again. well, that is hoarding territory. We are going down now with that. And what they are for is for Sharknado. So here we have the first Sharknado movie. And this is limited to 1,000 steelbooks. And I have number 26. Go me. Yes, that makes me very happy. Sharknado. I actually have this film in 4K as well, believe it or not. And another, I've this film 3 times. 2 steelbooks, 1 4K release with a Barbie cover. A Barbie cover, yes. I'll show you that in a minute if you're interested by it. I will show it anyway. If you're interested or not, I will show it when I get to the end of these. Next up, we have Sharknado, the second one. I'll read there. And this is number 800 of 1,000. I think number 26 is my lowest ever number I've got on a numbered steelbook. And that makes me feel extremely special. It really does. And then we have part 3, Sharknado 3. Plastic is a bit ripped there, but I've got number 329 of 1,000. Yeah. These are going to make me super duper rich in years to come. Next up we have, oh look, 4th one with the Hoff on the cover. There's the Hoff. You can't go wrong with a bit of the Hoff, okay? Look, I like Hoff, David Hasselhoff. This is 809 of 1,000. I didn't even know these were numbered until I'm looking at them now. And then we have number 116 of 1,000 for... the 5th one, global swarming. It's a play on words, global warming, global swarming. Crazy. And look on the front, who's that? That is a pretty poor picture image of Dolph Lundgren. I like Dolph Lundgren as much as the next person. He was the first Punisher. There we go. And the last one we have here is, I don't know. Who's this? Zach Galifianakis? I know it's not Zach Galifianakis, but look at that beard. Very Zach Galifianakis-y. Yeah, and this is the last one. This is the last. It's called The Last One. Oh my God. Is this the one when I go through time traveling and stuff? I don't know which one it is, but there we go. These films, you know, what did I say? I had 305 of 1,000 on that one. Lovely jubbly. Let's take a look at that Barbie one. Now, this isn't a steelbook, so I'm breaking away from steelbooks just to show this because it just popped up in my head looking at them. And it's this here 4K version of Sharknado with this Barbie-inspired cover because of the film Barbie. Yeah, 4K version. You know, sometimes I have to... I really had to look lovely in a pink case, wouldn't it? A nice little thin pink case for that one. That would... yeah, that would look great. But it's got Sharknado in 4K, people. Who thought, who would have known they ever needed Sharknado in 4K? I don't think anyone needs Sharknado in 4K, especially this guy here. However, I've got it. I bought it because of that. There we go. Must be the hoarder in me. Moving on. I had to pick them up off the floor then. So recently on 4K, we did get the release of, and obviously I got it with a stunning steelbook, and it is Tombstone. Kurt Russell in that Tombstone popcorn movie film. I say popcorn because the movie Wyatt Earp is more biographical than what this is. This is a great film offering some great performances, not only by Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, Michael Biehn in there as well, Bill Paxton. Yeah, it's a great steelbook, lovely debossing on it as well along that title. Seriously, I think this went out of stock in some places when it came out and then was going for stupid prices on eBay. But there we go. But that's not the only Tombstone I've got. No, I've got the Blu-ray steelbook here, which I had prior to that one. And a stunning steelbook again, embossing on the title and them guns there. And that's it, just in its simplistic nature. I've given you those guns. It's a fantastic steelbook. I wasn't going to swear then when I got to the F, but it's a fantastic steelbook. Love it. Let's keep with the westerns, shall we? So first up is the 4K, and it's another Lionsgate steelbook. Come on. Right, oh, look at that. Look at that. William H. Bonney, you are not a god. Why don't you pull the trigger and find out? That's from Young Guns 2, not the first Young Guns film. I love this film. I think it is superb, seriously. Look, it's got some lovely cards inside, of character cards on cards. There's a digital copy there for anyone who wants to try if you're in the States. No, yes, give it a go. Give it a go. See if you can, you know, you can get that digital copy of it. I don't care because I don't care about digital. I don't use digital. I hate digital. It's all about physical. It's the physical side of things. But fantastic steelbook, fantastic film. So much so that here we go from Germany. We have Young Guns 1 as a Blu-ray steelbook. Yes, this came out in Germany. Prior to that, obviously I got it. I love the film. Seriously, I think the opening of this film is just fantastic when it's kind of in that, you know, that sort of dusty colour. What do you call it? What's the name of that colour now? Anyway. And they're silhouetted walking up now, drawing their guns, going, you know, that was a trailer for this film, and they incorporated it at the beginning. When I watch this film, I have to watch that scene over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I'm wearing through the damn tape. Luckily, it's not a tape. Luckily, we're beyond tapes now. Then we have Young Guns 2 in a matching steelbook. Now, Young Guns 2, I don't think is as good a film. I think it's a lot darker tonally, a bit more inconsistent, narratively speaking. Although, if you go and ask Emilio Estevez, he thinks it's far better. There you go. There's no accounting for taste, is there? But there we go. Young Guns 1 and 2. Great, great steelbooks from Germany. So next up is another film. It's a Blu-ray, but it's mastered in 4K according to this. And it is the movie Fury. Look at this. This is a lovely steel. Lovely. That embossing on the tyre tracks there. Fantastic. I believe this has actually got 4K release coming soon. Whether it's a steelbook or not. I think there is a steelbook. It's the one with Brad Pitt sat atop the tank, as far as I'm aware. Open it up. Inside we've got a lovely booklet. All about the film as well. But no, it's a great steelbook. It's a great film as well. This is directed by David Ayer, isn't it? You know, Suicide Squad. Oh, where's the Suicide Squad? Oh, well, my Suicide Squad cut of the Suicide Squad. Oh, David, the Ayer cut. The Ayer. That's all that geezer ever goes on about, is the Ayer cut. Shut up, David Ayer. No one cares about your Ayer cut of Suicide Squad anymore. We don't want to see it, especially this guy here. Now, next up is this version of Ghost in the Shell. And I have said in previous videos that I love this design of steelbook. The title down there, the image. I've got a few of them, Barbarella, and Flux. I think I've got the Tomb Raiders that will come up at some point, not necessarily on this shelf. I don't think they're on this shelf. But yeah, lovely steelbook. I like these designs. As for the film, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Next up, we have Geostorm. This was gifted to me by Matt over at Matt V's Movies. Thank you very much, Matt, for this Geostorm steelbook. Now, Geostorm as a film, I like this. I like these disaster movies. I really do. They're so much fun in their stupid nature, but I do like them. So there we go. Geostorm. And next up was gifted to me by Lee Ills, and it is, thank you very much, Lee, and it is The Green Knight. The Green Knight. I wasn't sure whether I'd like this film or not. I sat down, I watched it. I like the geezer who's in it, the Indian guy, I forget his name. I like him in it. It was a decent film. However, it's very pagan. It's very sits in pagan mythology. A lot of what goes on in this, and the Green Man and that stuff. I hate paganism, or what goes for paganism today. I really hate it. I go to my wife's sisters, and I'm sat there in the garden. They've got the faces on the wall, the 4 faces reflecting the 4 seasons, and they're these pagan faces, and they just wind me up. I sit there looking at them, and they really wind me up. Like I just want to punch them in the face, but they're not real faces. They're like attached to the wall. So if I did punch them, probably very much damage my hand. But yeah. But there we go. But it was a decent film. Is this an A24 film? It's giving me A24 vibes. Is it an A24? Let me know, because it's that vibey. A24 films just don't sit right with me all the time. I have issue with A24. And then we have, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. All right, let's do it like this, because I ain't got part 1 as a steelbook. But we have here G.I. Joe Retaliation and G.I. Joe Retaliation. Why I've got 2 J cards is beyond me, but I believe that's the Blu-ray release of the film. This is the 4K release of the film. Why I've got, I think I got one cheap, and I don't know. I can't justify why I've got 2 versions of this film. I just cannot do it. Other than one steelbook was cheap at the time, and then 4K one. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, and I can't. Actually, I didn't mind Retaliation. That's why with Brucey bonus in. Brucey Willis giving me a bonus. Yeah, I don't know. I need to rewatch it. And then we have the steelbook for Snake Eyes. Henry Golding, isn't it? Yeah, as the character Snake Eyes. Henry Golding's quite a decent actor. And I would like this on the first watch. I enjoyed this film on the first watch. After that, I don't know what happened after that. And then we have Godzilla, up from the depths, 30 stories high. He's breathing fire. His head is in the sky. Godzilla, 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 and Godzuki. No, actually, Godzuki. There is baby Godzilla's at the end, so you could say Godzuki is in it. 1998, Roland Emmerich. I saw it at the cinema. I quite enjoy the film as a large... Yeah, I like these large monster movies. This sort of Godzilla or not, take it or leave it. The only problem I have with this film is that every character in it feels so much like a caricature of a real person rather than a real person. You know, Ferris Bueller, you've got Jean Reno. No, Jean Reno's the only takeaway from this film that I like. I like the film though. I can watch it. Whether it needed a 4K is one of those ones where I don't think it did. Now I do have Godzilla itself, the newer one, on 4K, but not as an individual steelbook. I have a collector's edition, so that's somewhere else when we do collector's editions. But we have Godzilla King of the Monsters. I didn't mind this film. Okay? I don't get the hate that this film gets, because I think it's great. I really enjoy it. There we go. Nice steelbook as well. And then we have Godzilla versus Kong, like so, with 2 there, up and down, which I think looks great. I really do. Godzilla versus Kong, nice steelbook. And then we have, this was my choice of Godzilla Kong. Yeah, this was my choice for steelbook for this movie. I can't remember what's on the back. I need to have a look at the back. It's got a sticker on it. No, it's got glue on it. Okay, what's on the back? Is it a footprint? It should be a footprint with his face. Yeah, Godzilla. Now, I think they missed a trick on this steelbook. As great as this steelbook is, I think that they would have looked great debossed if you had the handprint and the footprint debossed into it with the face in it. They missed. Seriously, why aren't you having me design steelbooks instead of some of these stupid, mundane, crappy steelbooks that we do get today? I think anyone out there, if you were blind, you could design a better steelbook than some of these companies are knocking out. Next up, we have The Goonies, the classic. You know, I have a couple of editions of this film. I know I do. I like The Goonies. I grew up on it. It's still fun for me today. I understand. I know that Matt F's Movies, he recently visited this film in the past year or more, sometime, not long ago anyway, and he didn't like it, but I think you needed to be there to grow up on the film to appreciate its splendour, its stupidness. Then we have, I like this steelbook as well. Not, you know, the film, yeah, I didn't mind the film. I haven't watched it in years, but I like the grille. It's a Green Hornet, by the way. Yes, the grille of the car with the, it all embossed. That is lovely. And the green just yeah, against the black. That's lovely. That truly is a nice steelbook. Next up, this one has some pink to it. And it is still sealed, and it's grease and grease too. Grease is the word. It's like a school locker. It's ain't the only one that I've got like a school locker. We'll come to the other one when we get to it. But yeah, never open this one up. I don't know why, but there we go. Because I haven't watched it yet. And then next up, we have another disaster film in another Gerard Butler Geostorm disaster film, Greenland, with Monica Barakanakanakian. Yeah. And again, I enjoyed the film. I did enjoy the film. I need to go and put these back to get some more off that shelf. Okay. Now we jump to, and I like this steelbook as well. God, I like this steelbook. It is for Grindhouse, Planet Terror, and on the back, death proof there. Some cards inside, you know, with debossing. What's better? I don't know what's better or what's not. I used to have this poster. I used to have that poster. She didn't have the bike behind her, just her. Planet Terror or Death Proof. I need to watch them again because I like them. I don't know which one now sits as best. Have I grown? I used to like Planet Terror more than Death Proof, but will that now reverse? I don't know. Don't know. So remember, I had that Grease steelbook about 2 minutes back with the nice locker, and I said I've got another one that's a locker design. I love this film. I saw it at cinema, 1997, I believe, or was it 98? I think I'm going with 97. Grosse Point Blank. Come on, John Cusack, Minnie Driver, Alan Arkin, Dan Aykroyd. God, I love this film. I think this is a fantastic movie. 99 red balloons floating in the summer sky. That song is in it, yeah, but I think it's the German version that's played. But yeah, so I think that's a great film. I really do. Next up, one that I had to double dip on, and it is Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge. My God, this is a fantastic movie. Seriously, I need to rewatch it. I like Andrew Garfield. I think he is great. Desmond Doss, The Real Story. This is a quality movie. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. That's a great film. Great, great film. So much so I do have it twice in another Lionsgate-esque steelbook. Oh, they're so nice. Look at that. Conscientious Objector. Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge. Great film. Andrew Garfield's a great actor. And this one here's still sealed. I don't know why, because it's a great film. It's Kurt Russell. But it's even got the thingy still on it. Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight. Oh dear. No one comes up here without a damn good reason. I need to rewatch that. I need to rewatch that as well. Seriously, I do. Then we have, this one looks a bit knifey. Halloween H2O. Again, with one of them style steelbooks that's, you know, Lionsgate-esque style slick. They should make all steelbooks like this. They really should. But then it wouldn't be special, would it? Now, I'm not a fan of the Halloween franchise. Okay. I haven't even got the first Halloween film in my collection. That's right, people. I got Halloween H2O. I do not have the first Halloween film. I got rid of it in a culling. That's right, that first Peekaboo movie. Michael Myers does Peekaboo. Went. Michael Myers, I think Mike Myers is scarier. Especially in The Guru. But that's a lovely steelbook. And I didn't mind the film. No, I say, you know, Halloween films just don't work for me, really, as a franchise. I grew up in this era of film, and I had Freddy, I had Jason, I had Chucky, Hellraiser to a degree. Those were the ones for me. Halloween itself, you know, I appreciate that it's kind of the granddaddy of the sort of horror genre, the stabby horror genre. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. So convoluted with its timelines and its let's reject this, reject that. I do have the newer trilogy, but part 2 and 3 of that are not good either. But there we go. Next up, oh, Michael J. Fox in The Hard Way. Have you ever had a frog a dog? Frog a dog? Hot dog with the chips in it and the mustard and the ketchup on it. Yum, yum, yum. Good film. I love James Woods. I do. And that is a good, damn good film. Then we have, oh, Hellboy. Hellboy, but this is that newer one. Not the newest one, the newer one where David Harbour played Hellboy. And it also stars Mila Jovovich in it. Now, I liked this steelbook, and I get that people wouldn't like this steelbook. Oh, look at that. But that cover there, that's Mike Mignola. Mike Mignola art there on the cover. That's the geezer who created Hellboy. So, from a comic perspective, I appreciate that steelbook for that image. Okay, there we go. Speaking of Hellraiser, I got this steelbook from Arrow of Hellraiser 1, 2 and 3, even though I have that 4K beautiful box set as well somewhere akin to all this, somewhere behind me in amongst all this hoarding material. I have that still at that collection as well. Hellraiser 1, 2 and 3. Terry Farrell stars in Hellraiser 3. She was Jadzia Dax in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Talking of steelbooks of, you know, Lionsgate-esque or Lionsgate steelbooks, there can be only one. Oh, look at that steelbook. The Kurgan. Connor McLeod. Ramirez. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it just slides over it like that. In an almost sexual manner. But there we go. Then we have that steelbook there. I thought I'd show that one at the same time because I got the other Highlander films there, and this Blu-ray steelbook is in amongst that. Now, I'm not going to talk about Highlander because I love Highlander. I can't get this one back in. Can't get it in. That's what she said. Oh look, I got that as well. Highlander collectors. I should do a video going for all the collector's editions at some point. I will do one day. I love Highlander. I think it's great. Yeah, there can be only one copy. Next up, still sealed, and it's a future pack, not a steelbook, but it's still a steelbook, isn't it? It's a steelbook. Come on. Hot Tub Time Machine. Another John Cusack one. He didn't return for the sequel. I don't know why it's still sealed, but, you know, it's quite a fun film. Hot Tub Time Machine. Then we have a favourite film of mine. I love this film, and I love the steelbook. I'm going to take it out of its little protective bag that it is in, so you can see it in all its beautiful glory. I do have the film on 4K, but look at that steelbook. Oh, that's so nice. Second star to the right and straight on till morning. That's right. And I love the soundtrack by John Williams. It is one of my favourite John Williams scores. I'm not saying this is my favourite, you know, Superman, Jaws, the music there, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, you know, fantastic main primary scores. But as an overall film score, I think that Hook is just a beautiful. Yeah, it's got some beautiful melodies in there. It's stunning. It's just stunning on my ears. It's the reason I'm glad that I am not deaf. There I am. I'm talking about the deaf. I spoke about the blind earlier in today's video. What is going on? Will I talk about the mutes? Actually, I will, because the next steelbook leads into that. This was gifted to me by Lee Hills again, so thank you very much, Lee, for this one. However, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth because there's someone on it who I wish was a damn mute. It's Rachel Zegler, people. Rachel Zegler. I wish she never opened her damn mouth. I still don't know. But yeah, Rachel Zegler, you know, she tarnishes anything she touches now. Anything that she touches, Rachel Zegler. Let's move on from that. Okay, these are now precariously balanced on the side of the table. I'm afraid they might drop, so I'm going to have to move them a bit. Don't want them to fall into dents, but there we go. Okay, so next up, looks like another Lionsgate-esque release style. The Hurt Locker, Jeremy Renner. Again, this was a good film. Good film, lovely steelbook as well. Lovely. Seriously, like I said, every steelbook should be made like this, with this kind of a thing. That being said, they wouldn't feel special then, would they? But yeah, that's a beautiful steelbook. I love it. Good film, good film. Next up, do you remember all the hoo-ha around this film? And it's been banned, blah, blah, blah. It's upset North Korea, and Kim Jong-un is crying like a baby over it, and all this sort of a thing. James Franco and Seth Rogen. The only problem now is that I struggle with James Franco. I really do, since his creepy nature makes him seem all the more creepier. But there we go. Nice steelbook. Nice steelbook. Whoever thought that film actually wasn't coming out? Next up, we have Iron Sky, the director's cut. The director's cut of Nazis on the Moon and stuff like that. And yes, so this here is the director's cut version of the film. Let me just peel that sticker back so we can see this steelbook in its beauty. This was a stupid film. Damn, it's a stupid film. It really is. What's going on here? It's kind of stuck to the back as well. It's got stickers, but it's also stuck. That's a bit strange. I'm not going to attempt to take it off the back, but we'll open it up just so that I can open it up inside. Take a look. There we go. Look, there's got a lovely little booklet in there. 2 booklets actually. You know, yeah. There was talk of a 3rd one, and I thought they were making it. Whatever happened to that? It's just one of those ones sort of like died a death. You know, yeah, Iron Sky. It's Nazis on the Moon. Actually, I've recently been playing Call of Duty Nazi Zombies. No, they don't call it Nazi Zombies anymore. It's Call of Duty Zombies. Obviously, calling it Nazi Zombies is going to upset someone. Who? The Nazi Party? Come on. Next up, we have... This is a funny release here because I've got this steelbook release for the Indiana Jones movies. However, I believe, for the most part, that they might not have 4Ks in. No, they only have the Blu-rays in. They only have the Blu-rays in because someone was selling these very cheap on eBay. Not long after this release actually came about without the 4Ks, and it was up for bidding, and I got it for something like 30 quid. I know that was back when, you know, this was brand new. I did acquire the 4Ks, the 4K discs. The 4K discs were in there, but then I since subsequently gave the discs themselves to Matt over at Matt V's Movies ages ago now, keeping the steelbooks. They weren't particularly good steelbooks, so when it came to them actually getting proper steelbooks, obviously I jumped on the opportunity to upgrade the Indiana Jones films to their proper original poster artwork steelbooks, which are just gorgeous. Now, first for Indiana Jones films, clearly this is the best one, 100%. I know that some people might cite that one, but they're good films. They're all good. They're all high caliber quality movies. That cannot be denied. I know that a lot of people take issue with this one. I don't. I think this is a fabulous film. I like the darker tone of it, and I think that this is where Harrison Ford looked his best as the character of Indiana Jones. I certainly do. Something about him in this film, that film just works for me 100%. Then we have this one here, a good film, but there's so much frustration for me in the editing in this film. It's so badly edited in places. It really is. That if I was to sit down and watch it with you, I'd be pausing it saying, this here, this doesn't work. The editing here, what's wrong? What were they thinking? Why did they do this? This doesn't make narrative sense. You know, there's a lot of that in the film, but again, it's a good film. And then we come to Crystal Skull, which, you know, isn't a good film. It's got good moments. It was great to see Harrison Ford back, but it's not a good film. But it was elevated in my estimation by the crap show that was Dial of Destiny. I do have the J card for that over there. It just wouldn't fit in the bag. The bag's actually split. I need new. But yeah, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which is, you know, it's a bad film. That's not. I saw it twice. Second time I saw this film was in an IMAX. The IMAX in London, the big one at Waterloo, right? The massive big dome type round sort of thing. It used to be on Cardboard City, where Cardboard City used to exist. I went to see it with Matt and Chris, Matt V's Movies, Sci-fi Signal Screen Time Chris. We went to see it at the cinema. I fell asleep during this film. All I say is that you put me in a darkened room with any film on, it's very possible that I'm going to fall asleep. I did for that. I picked it up to complete that collection. Next up, we have this steelbook here for Jaws. Front, back. That would have made a nice front logo. I didn't know which way to go. This was a custom steelbook that I had done just by using steelbook stickers. I'm not going to pay stupid amounts of money for a custom made steelbook, which is worth nothing more than this steelbook that I've got in my hands, when I can make my own utilising some nicely made stickers. There we go. Moving on, we've only got 4 left. Can you guess what they are? Back after this. Okay, so the final 4 steelbooks we have are Jaws, first Jaws film. I have multiple copies of this. I have other steelbooks for it in other places. Yes, so there's one there. Yeah, that's the cine edition of Jaws. So Jaws, great. My favourite film of all time. That's why I got that one done, because I wanted my own custom-y steelbook for the film. Even though it's empty, there's no film sat in that. But does that matter? Because I won't be watching it even if there was, because I'd watch one of the 4Ks. The 4K transfer is great, by the way, it's phenomenal. Then we have Jaws 2, which is an okay sequel, nowhere near as good as the first, but is it that bad? Now we step into the realm of Jaws 4. No, Jaws 3, sorry. Jaws 3. Jaws 3 in this was horrendous. Dennis Quaid is in this film. We got Louis Gossett Jr. as well. Yeah, I haven't seen this one for a long, long time. I've got the 4K of it. I really need to watch it. But yeah, so Jaws 3. And then we have Jaws 4, which I did watch the 4K of Jaws the Revenge, just to see if it was actually that bad a movie, because it had been so long since I last watched it. It's not a good movie. It's not. But I've seen far worse shark films. Bull Shark, I'm looking at you. I weren't looking at you. There's comics down there. I don't have Bull Shark on physical media, okay? I think the director would, I don't know, he'd be extremely happy if I had Bull Shark, considering he was upset with my review. But yeah, so Jaws, the review. Jaws, the Revenge. The review. What am I saying? So anyway, that's another shelf done. Another shelf of the old steelbooks gone, dusted, got through. Until next time, so let me know some of your favourites off of this shelf in the comments down below, and I'll be back for another episode of this sometime soon, where I'll try and be a bit more normal, not so hyper. I'll see you then.